Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So my name is Serlo Saraniputra. You can call me Eril. So today I would like to talk about the relationship between market structure and sustainable development. So in this topic, we have 5 points again. For the first one, the type of the market structure, and the second one, the key characteristic of the market. The third, the link between sustainable development. Number four, the real example in Indonesia. And the last, personal analysis and recommended action. So the first one I will explain about the type of the market structure. So in here I choose oligopoly. So even though an oligopoly is a market structure dominated by a small number of large firms that control most of the market share. So in the structure, it's firms' decision regarding pricing, production, and innovation significantly affect other firms, so making competition and high strategies. So the number two, the key characteristic of an oligopolistic market, brief and few sellers and many buyers. So high barriers to entry lets capital, advanced technologies, strict regulation. Product may be homogeneous or different. Firms are interdependent. So competition focus more on innovation, quality, and branding rather than price alone. Okay, so the number three, the link between oligopoly and sustainable development. So in here we have 2 points. So the first one, how oligopoly can support sustainable development. Oligopolistic market can support sustainable development because large firms have a strong financial resource to invest in environmentally friendly technologies. It is easier to implement industry-wide environmental and social standards. Firms are able to conduct green research and innovation, such as reducing carbon emission and using renewable energy. And the second point, how oligopoly can hinder sustainable development. However, oligopoly may also hinder sustainable development because firms may prioritize profit maximization over environmental protection. There is a risk of overexploitation of natural resources. Limited competition can reduce incentive for sustainable innovation. Potential collision can harm customer and small business. Therefore, the impact of oligopoly on sustainable development largely depends on regulation and corporate ethics. Okay, so the number four, the real example in Indonesia. So the situation around Indonesia. So the cement industry in Indonesia. The Indonesia cement industry is dominated by several large firms such as like Cement Indonesian Group, Indocement, Solusi Bangunan Indonesia. Relation to sustainable development. So we know like from industry this one, we have impact from there. So we have two impact here, positive impact and negative impact. Positive impact, use of alternative fuels and waste-deferred energy efforts to reduce carbon emission, corporate social responsibility, program for local communities. So negative impact, environmental damage due to limestone, meaning conflict with the local communities over land use and water resource. These examples show that oligopoly can both support and threaten sustainable development. Okay, so the number five, personal analysis and recommended action. So we have 3 points here. So the first one, for the companies, integrate environmental, social, and governance principle into business strategies. Invest in green technology and energy efficiency, and publish transparent, sustainable reports. And the second point for the government. So strengthen environmental regulation and provide tax incentive for sustainable business practice and strictly monitor anti-competitive behavior unhealthy oligopolistic practice. And the last point for the society, support and choose product from the responsible companies and actively monitor environmental and social impact. And the last, encourage accountability through communities and media.